there a one-size-fits-all model when it comes to pitching mechanics? And if not, how do we navigate through that as a pitcher? What's up, guys? My name is Bobby O'Neill. I'm the pitching guy here with Headbanger Sports, and today I'm going to answer that question for you. There's all kinds of different body types. Everyone has their own style. Everyone develops at different ages. But even with all of that, why do most big leaguers look similar when it comes to throwing? In my opinion, the short answer is no. There's not a one-size-fits-all model, but there are certain windows that we can all look similar at while we're working on our development. This is what I mean. When you have an athlete over here who's, let's say, 10 years old, then you have the athlete over here who is that same athlete 10 years down the road. Both of these athletes want to throw strikes and get outs. Both of these athletes experience good days and bad days. But the approach of the more experienced athlete may sound slightly different than the approach of someone who's just starting out. For example, this athlete might sound something like this when he throws a ball. Yeah, man, I'm just not really able to throw a lot of strikes right now. I feel my head diving, my arm is really getting long, I can't stick my landing, I really don't know what to do. The more experienced and evolved version of that athlete's gonna look something like this. Yeah, in today's outing, I really didn't have my best stuff. I felt really out in front and disconnected, so what I'm gonna be working on in my post-game analysis is working on tailoring everything that I'm doing on what I'm feeling on the backside of my throw. So I'm getting disconnected here by being overly aggressive. So I'm gonna work on calming that down, feeling more connected, and trying to feel that window of my arm path timing up with my front side so that my center of mass doesn't have to compensate. Now, both of those feedbacks are extremely valid, and you know that that 10-year-old version of himself, he just wants to throw strikes, and same thing here on the 20-year-old version. But both of those guys have a valid point. Like, there was a cause and effect, but if you give that 10-year-old just the feedback of shortening up, he's not gonna be able to produce the level of understanding that that 20-year-old version has. So let me explain why this athlete is having success and how to help that 10-year-old a little bit more. In reference to that arm path adjustment, obviously some athletes are going to be able to be successful with getting longer with their arm path, while other athletes might feel a little bit more short is a correct pattern for them. But that typically takes a lot of reps and experience in order to come to that conclusion, and it also requires you to have a body type that is done growing. So when you're 10 years old, short may be good one day and long might be good in the other day. And that's really tough to navigate through without a true north mindset. What I mean by true north is if you don't have an understanding of what checkpoints you should be traveling through with your arm path, you're really gonna have a poor understanding of what we're trying to strive for when you're feeling maybe too long or too short. It's gonna be really easy for you to travel from one end of the spectrum to the next without really knowing if you're doing it right or wrong. So true north for my athletes looks something like this. Everyone starts in the glove. Everyone needs to pass through that shoulder plane with their hand, their elbow, and their shoulder all connected together. And everyone needs to feel their forearm flipping up before their foot strikes. Once you're able to get into this position, the rotational element of your body causes tension to build up in your core, and then you use that tension to release energy towards your target. Now, in my experience, some athletes can get long and then recover back into this position, while other athletes compensate for that inefficiency and get long and drawn out and get disconnected here, which causes other issues that lead to injury risk. So by having that true north mindset up here, you'll be able to navigate through the too longs and the too shorts and the too connected or disconnected, and you'll be able to find that version of yourself that looks really calm, really relaxed, really synced up and timed up, because timing and technique are everything when it comes to arm path. You have to be able to figure out which version of yourself works best and how you can make this throwing hard look easy concept show up every day in your life. My biggest advice to every athlete looking to make an arm path adjustment is lean on the experts. Lean on people who have a lot of experience in training athletes how to remap that version of themselves to be a more efficient version of themselves that's going to be healthy and successful for 10 plus years. You want to have long-term goals that have lasting benefits, not short-term goals that could lead to disaster. Now, quick summary. I'm not saying that everyone needs to be stiff and robotic and look the exact same when they throw. I'm saying that by having a true north mindset where you know which windows and checkpoints that you need to travel through, you're going to be able to fluidly discover the most efficient version of yourself without causing unnecessary stress, injury, or disconnect that could lead to a shortening of your career or a decrease in your shelf life. My name's Bobby O'Neill. I'm the pitching guy here on social media, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via the comments below or reach out to me at Bobby O'Neill 37 on all social media channels. Thanks, guys. Take care. God bless.